Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Reynaldo Schelmetty, but you guys can call me Reynamations. Or just call me Reynaldo, or Ray, either one, doesn't matter. I'm gonna get started with the drawing. Today's drawing is based upon the Inktober theme Trap. Hopefully you guys recognize this software, which is one of the softwares I actually started the channel with. It is called Blender, and it's really cool. Lately they've been doing more and more with the grease pencil, so I'm just gonna get down to it and then draw something cool, trap related. I mean, put my trusted glove. I was thinking at one point to make some sort of animation and then seeing if that works out. But you know, with anything in life, you gotta be very considerate of everything, of what you want to do. And I personally didn't know what to do other than like one of those bear traps that looks like that. And it's like that with the spikes around it. And then it cuts off somewhere here, and then the same thing all around. Da, 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 da. And, like that sort of bear trap. I don't know if you guys know which type of trap I'm talking about. But anyways, let's get started with the theme. Is trap. I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna make an animation for you guys. Someone falling for a trap or falling into a trap. So really quickly, let's draw a scenario where it's just like a hole with spikes and stuff, and then the person's just walking by and then just falls. I'm trying to like think of a scenario. Maybe I'll have like the character and I try doing it really rough. Character's walking by. Kind of very innocent looking character. Maybe his eyebrows like that. Yeah, maybe it has a tiny nose. And ears. Very big ears. So weird looking here. This time I won't do it like a 15-minute drawing video, because usually when I do that sort of thing, sometimes it doesn't work out, especially for animations. If they're gonna be very detailed or anything like that, I can't really do a 15-minute drawing video. Let me adjust my eraser. So I'll go to the eraser and then go to eraser, pick out the eraser I want. I want the one that not erases strokes but erases points. Like that. And then I'm gonna go back to the brush, click to the erasing, and it should erase points. No, it's still doing the soft erasing. And it's okay. As long as I get this erased, right? And for the eye, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Maybe hand going down. Go a couple frames in, maybe 40 frames in, and then this time around is the person's kind of like, actually not 40, yeah, 40 frames in. Now in this frame he's just like looking up, trying to figure out how he got himself into this trap. So what I'm trying to do right now, it's called setting up the story. I'm fixing up the story, and I'm really getting annoyed with this. Yeah, that's what I want. I want the hard locky erasing. and then I'm just gonna have him kind of like looking up. Maybe a hand over here. Or yeah, hand somewhere there. I'm trying to also make it slightly friendly, kid friendly, because I don't know. Based upon the way that YouTube is, you never know who's gonna look at your content. So I'm hoping that it's not kids, but anything's possible. So I'm not gonna make it like a death trap. I'm just trying to roughly block out everything. Maybe put the nose there. Just staring up like that. Make sure that the circles are very visible. Oh yeah. Nah, that's the type of erasing I wanted. I guess I just needed to erase a little with it. Although I kind of like the other erasing. It's weird. It's like you go back and forth with the erasing because you end up liking some better than the others sometimes. So that's a lot better. Okay, maybe I don't want this soft erasing. I want it to be hard though. Hard erasing. Erase points. Erase stroke. Erase hand. Hard. Yeah, that's what I want. And then I'm gonna go back to pen. Think about it like that. And erase. Still doing the soft erasing, so I'm probably gonna have to quickly go to here. Make sure it's hard. I'm gonna make sure that the strength does not vary. Radius, yeah. Weird. Okay. Maybe I'll have this handy down here. And then this will be his legs. And he's wondering. Can I? No. Yeah, I'll have it. You know what? It's weird because like the more I erase, the more I start going back to the hard erasing. This just feels a lot better. Like that. And then go back to the brush. Go back to erasing. And what I'm doing essentially, it is erasing the strokes. I'm pretty sure he had ears, if I recall correctly. So ears will be a great way to tell the perspective of things. I'm gonna erase a little bit here. I'm gonna quickly finish off this one because I'm gonna call it a day for that one. Because I feel like I'm taking way too long. Maybe I'll do like a big hole and rocks here and stuff. A pattern there. Like if you fell through the cracks. Very rough. It's supposed to be a very rough animation anyways. Right now it's like if I'm storyboarding, because usually when you do an animation you gotta do some sort of storyboarding. And what I'm doing is exactly that. And I have them all kind of like coming out a little and then getting smaller as they go down. Maybe his feet would be somewhere here. And then this small circle is going to be filled up with a bunch of lines all over the place. Now you may be wondering why am I doing so many wiggly lines all over the place. And it's to set up the scene. He looks like he fell. And the further down you go, the darker it gets. So I'm just going to be quickly blocking it out like that. And that. And that. Make sure that to give the clear silhouette of his body. And yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so we have him walking. If we go a couple frames in, maybe in frame 70, no 27, I mean, he's gonna be looking like if he fell. So a little stretch of see. Oh, that was a mess up. So make sure to draw the eye. Maybe I'll draw the eyes even more stretched. And then the hair somewhere here. Ears. Ears will be somewhere here. And gonna erase part of the head, erase part of the hand. I kind of like seeing all the frames kind of like lined up like this, but at the same time I don't. And no, just looks like he fell. And go a couple more frames closer, like that. Maybe I'll do him walking kind of cluelessly, looking forward. This time I'm drawing him kind of small this time around. I recall this how his body was that way, and then kind of like this. His body is gonna be kind of like a bean shape, and his leg is gonna be going forward. Maybe his hands are kind of like down this. Erase some of the strokes. And make sure he has like some sort of shirt and pants. Maybe that shirt is too. Yeah. And that looks fine. And then we what else? Somewhere here. It's gonna be in between. It's gonna be kind of like this. Maybe his body kind of like hands kind of lift up a little. His eyes too small. Maybe make them like that. Move them up a little. Kind of like a smaller version of this large one. And have his hand kind of be like that. Shirt is kind of like lower than this. It's probably something like that. Legs going in, and so is this one. No, maybe this one's going like that. And this one fell in. And erase some of the little strokes that you have for the head. And round it about. Now, so far we got this sort of story. It starts off like this, and I want it to end at frame 40. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it click here and then just put 40. And this animation is gonna be done in one. So I'm just gonna go to, I think it was one of these things. Frames per second, where is it? Resolution, color, output. I think it's this one. Depth, sample, boom. I used to do this a lot, right? But I kind of stopped for a while. And now it seems very confusing. Post processing, maybe? Nope. Output. Maybe I have to click on the camera. And then see the maybe object mode on camera. Oh, there it is. It showed up. Wait, what was it that? Oh no, that was there all this time. Sure. Okay, here, frame rate, and then you just go to custom, and then here, frames per second. I'm just gonna put 2 frames per second. So now it does this sort of thing. Takes a while. Like, let's pretend that he's walking, he's just moving around casually, and you see him, and then he's falling, and then he's falling, and then you see him at the bottom of the cave. He fell into a trap. Now the story's all there. Maybe here we'll have the camera kind of go down, but instead of the camera going down, this is a really quick technique. You actually have the character going up, and so is the ground. So you're gonna be animating everything like that. Well, I'll be animating everything like that. So what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm gonna have in this frame his legs kind of like like the ground here, and then a giant hole on the ground, right? And then it's just gonna look like it's going down. And then afterwards, erase some of it, because this area is where the character is gonna be falling through. You know, you would think that this character is paying attention to where he's walking, but no, he's not. And his legs, where his legs will be at, his body, his head, not his neck, and then his head. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. His eyes will be over here. Don't go over it twice, just once. What else? Nose will be up here. Mouth will be like that. That looks weird. That also looks kind of weird. Okay. Just trying to figure it out as I go. And then afterwards, lines for hair. Erase all of this. Because of gravity, his hair is kind of going upwards. Lines of action. Hand is gonna be kind of like that. Erase some of this. It erases like little points, but if you draw really quickly, sometimes those points are really far up. So it's always encouraged that, when you're drawing in Blender, not always, but like I encourage that if you draw in Blender, that you draw in a sense. Yeah, that looks nice. What else? Let's have his body kind of be moving. So what I'm gonna be doing is going onto edit mode right here, edit mode, and then just selecting everything, right? And then just press G, and then have it somewhere here on the X, and then go somewhere here, press G on the X, move it to the same point, press go in between G, and then this time I'll move it slightly lower, G, this one is, oh wait, that's where it is, right? Press G, and then slightly lower. And now I'm gonna go here, press G, and move it also slightly lower, right over there. And then go a little bit further up, and then just press G, and then just move it out of the way, right? This is the animation so far. It's really rough animation, just letting you guys know. Okay, now this needs to be moved a little. And this all needs to be moved a little too. It's obviously taking its fair share of time. You know, I'm just trying to key up the frames. Okay, now this, obviously, this one is supposed to come before this one. So I'm gonna move it around and then do that. Now let's play that portion again. Just deselect it and go back to draw. No, the reason why I did that, and I'm gonna be moving this really close, is because I could go here and then press go back to edit mode. Press A and then just G and then move it down and then G, not too far out. Move it down. Maybe rotate it a little. G. Move it down and rotate. And then finally, like G, and then just move it out of the way. Now I can select all of this area, press G, and then move it over. And this is what we got so far. We're just trying to draw like a rough animation because you know it's supposed to be quick, it's supposed to be very easy. Just the whole entire idea is to get something across. And boom. I was gonna do spikes, but you know what? For monetization purposes, I left it the same way. Now for this portion right here, I have a drawing of a ground. I'm gonna repeat the same thing somewhere around here, where I'll have a picture of the ground. Now I can go and press shift and then just go back to draw, press shift and then shift and then just draw a line across. I don't care whether the circle looks accurate or not. And what I'm gonna be doing is have his hand somewhere here. You know what? No. I'm gonna duplicate that by shifting it and then keeping it like that. But then this time around, I'm gonna erase a little. Why is it like that? Okay. Fill. I don't want none to fill there. I don't know why it's drawing on the fill there. It's not supposed to. Which I don't like. Just let's see. Hopefully, it didn't do anything major in the fill layer. Now I have to like go over everything all over again. Make sure everything's correct. Seems fine. Animation's playing very smoothly. Maybe I should move from here. What's that? See, here it gets too big, but everything from this point on is way too much. Maybe I'll go to edit mode, I'll select it, I'll scale it down a little, and then just press G and then move it slightly down, but then move it back so it kind of aligns with the last frame. Then scale this one down a little, move it slightly back, scale it down, and then scale this one down. Okay, let's test that out. When you're doing animation, you constantly go through frames just to see. Okay, now from here, I got blank, and then I got this. I want this to be duplicated, but I also want to be working on the same frame. So I'm gonna go to erase, my pen, go to draw, then erase a little, and then just have his hand kind of be going in. And you know, some of his hair, why not? His other hand. And I'm just roughly drawing all of this. I'm not trying to go into too much detail. I'm not trying to focus too much on the minor stuff. Maybe here, like that, and close it up. He doesn't have a long sleeve shirt, so I'll make sure to leave it like that. And boom, and then frame later, fell, maybe hand to there. And then this one I'll erase. It's supposed to normally make an automatic keyframe. I don't know why it didn't, but it's okay. What should I have? Maybe I'll have him landing onto it, like this. And you know, just fixing up some of the animation. Tweaking it here and there. Maybe his body's kind of like leans in. That's kind of like that. I think he had eyebrows, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I've been drawing her without eyebrows, haven't I? Exaggerate it. Make sure every frame looks slightly different. And for this one, what should I do? I'm gonna have his arms kind of down, and like that. Okay, he's gonna land it. Stick the landing. Maybe leg like this. It's a weird way of landing, right? Give reference to the hands that moved. And you know, just have it be kind of like this. Maybe all of this is gonna be really dark. And it's just gonna go like straight up. And no, just do like really blocky background. I'm not trying to go very detailed. Something like that. Bam. This is a very quick animation. What else? Maybe move some frames over, just a tiny amount. So the point gets across faster. And then all of this gets moved a little. And then after the landing, he's gonna arrange himself here. So quickly do the lines. I'm trying not to do very rough lines. I'm not trying to be specific. Then it's just gonna be moving forward. You know, I'm adjusting his body so it kind of makes sense. So make sure that his hands are there. Place shirt and then head. At the ear, here, and erase some of this background. Maybe not have them looking so happy. Maybe kind of down in the dumps. When in actuality it's just, and then I'm just gonna quickly select everything here. So lasso select is gonna be no I forget was it L? I know there's like a lasso select. I forget what it is, but I'm gonna use T. Because that's the selection thing that I know right now. There's a lasso select also, but I forget how to do it. I'm gonna deselect anything that I don't want to select, and then press C again. No, and then scale it down. Press G, move it into place. Kind of like that. And then go back to draw mode and finish off the drawing. Sometimes the best thing to do is to have only certain amount of layers visible. So for lines, I'm pretty sure I want that, but I want to make sure that I can see only a certain amount of frames. Keyframes before, keyframes after. I don't want keyframes after because that's kind of distracting. And now I'm just going to be tracing out lines that I previously have put there. And you know, it's very rough line work right now. I'm just trying to get the basics of it done. And, you know, do some extra ones back here, like if they were supposed to be there all this time, but we didn't see them. Because you know, it was there. And now we check out the animation after actually this one chart. Maybe put some shoes on the guy. Okay. Now let's get. Wait. Did I put eyebrows in the last couple? Yeah, I did. Okay. This is the finalized animation. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I'll be posting it on Instagram, like usual. Just walking across, and then he falls. And that was it. That was pretty much it. That's all I got. He fell into the trap. He didn't watch where he was going. He was clearly looking up, and then afterwards he just fell. Maybe I could have added like a background, but you know, this is supposed to be a rough animation, or I forget what's it called. It's not an animation. Animation is